Tonight, the internet exploded when Yandy Smith-Harris absolutely lost control during the live broadcast, launching a bombshell barrage of accusations against Mena. Supporters were left startled as Yandy boldly stated, "Erica is not simply a rival, but an intentional menace, someone who wants to pull her family apart from the inside out." The tension between these two reality TV icons has been festering for months, but their public tantrum took the drama to a whole new level. People watched, in disbelief as Yandy's emotions bubbled over, revealing profound betrayals, hidden secrets, and a web of deceit that threatens to ruin years of loyalty and friendship. The issue on everyone's mind now is, what exactly did Erica do to trigger such a strong reaction? And how will this explosive dispute damage the families involved? The entire reality TV world remained tuned, because this narrative is far from over, and the fallout is just beginning. The animosity between Yandy Smith-Harris and Mena had been quietly building many months, but none expected it to burst in such a public and emotional manner. What started as subtle insults and suspicious glances during events quickly developed into an all-out war of words behind the scenes. Yandy, known for her calm and cool personality, began displaying cracks as the pressure increased. Individuals close to the family claim Yandy had been grappling with reports regarding Erica's intentions for weeks, but she wanted to stay above the controversy. However, things took a severe turn when a secret message from Erica leaks online, hinting at some evil plans to intervene with Yandy's family. Life supporters who saw the letter were stunned and immediately realized something bad was building. On the day of the live incident, Yandy had planned a casual Q&A with her followers, expecting to interact with her fans and clarify the air about recent speculations. What nobody understood was that she had been holding in a tempest of emotions, ready to spill. As the live started, viewers observed Yandy's voice trembling and her eyes red from sobbing. The mood transformed swiftly when a follower asked about Mena. Yandy halted, took a deep breath, and then revealed a bombshell. "Mena wants to harm my family." The word sent shockwaves through the chat, and viewers swarmed the screen with questions, disbelief, and support. Yandy went on to disclose a series of purported incidences when Erica had interfered in her personal life, causing rifts with her husband Yandy Smith-Harris and even her children. According to Yandy, Erica had been sowing misinformation, trying to generate distrust and turmoil, all while pretending to be friendly on video. She claimed she's been muttering things behind my back, attempting to turn my spouse against me, and she won't stop until my whole family comes apart. The sheer emotion in her voice made it evident this was not just reality drama. It was incredibly personal and emotional. Friends and family who had been watching the live were astonished by Yandy's honesty and vulnerability. Her mother, who had been silent until now, instantly came up on social media to back her daughter. She sent a beautiful letter saying, "Yandy has been strong for so long, but this war has been wearing her down. Erica's acts have wounded more than just a few people, they've ruined our entire family." This public show of support poured fuel to the fire, making fans rally behind Yandy even more. Meanwhile, Mena's camp stayed mute initially, but behind the scenes, the mood was tight. People close to Erica say she was blindsided by Yandy's lab attack and felt betrayed by someone she once considered a friend. Erica's team published a quick statement refuting the claims and saying that Yandy was misrepresenting the truth for sympathy and drama. These statements are absolutely false and cruel. The statement read, "Erica has always respected Yandy and her family and hopes they can settle their concerns privately." However, followers were not satisfied, and the online community swiftly took sides, with some accusing Erica of manipulation and others supporting her innocence. As the days progressed, the tension boiled over into every corner of social media. Hashtags like T and Dandy and Not Mia trended for days, with followers debate intensely over who was telling the truth. Some influencers even joined the conversation, wondering on the influence this conflict could have on the forthcoming season of the reality Show both ladies star in reports emerged that executives were scrambling to control the disagreement, afraid it could derail production, possibly create irreversible damage to the show's reputation in the midst of the upheaval. Mindy sees Harris found himself in a difficult situation. People close to him tell he was caught off guard by the claims and was trying to keep neutral openly. But working behind the scenes to keep the peace private messages revealed hinted of tension between him and Erica, as well implying that their connection could not be as amicable as it appeared on television. Mena sees is under a lot of pressure, said an insider. He loves his family, but also doesn't want to get dragged deeper into the drama. This difficult dynamic merely adds layers to an already explosive circumstance. Those who followed the tale closely saw that Yandy's children were also affected by the drama. One poignant scene shared on social media showed Yandy cuddling her youngest child, who had been unhappy after overhearing unpleasant comments about their family. "It's heartbreaking to see how much this has hurt the kids," stated a family friend. "Yandy has been doing her best to protect them, but the damage is real." This look into the personal consequences made the story much more dramatic and relatable for viewers who empathized with the family struggle as tensions. Although several heated incidents occurred off camera, one particularly heated exchange erupted. During a charity function where both Yandy and Erica were present, witnesses recounted a quarrel that soon escalated with raised voices and pointed accusations. A source at the event said everyone could feel the tension. Yandy yelled out, "Erica," in front of a crowd blaming her of ruining her family. Erica didn't back down, and it became ugly fast. Security had to step in to separate the two before things went physical, indicating just how deep the enmity had gone, despite the antagonism. Certain moments of emotion surfaced in a rare private discussion leaked to the media. Erica admitted feeling wounded by Yandy's public outburst, but said she never intended to damage anyone. "I'm tired of being branded as the villain." She said there's so much more going on behind the scenes, that people don't perceive. This confession generated pity from some admirers, yet others remained dubious, thinking it to be a deliberate strategy to earn public favor despite all the mayhem. The reality TV community followed intently, understanding that this dispute might change everything. Producers and cast members began picking sides discreetly, some backing Yandy's charges, others defending Erica's reputation. This rift generated an unsettling atmosphere on set, making production difficult and raising doubts about the show's future. Insiders hinted about prospective casting modifications or storyline rewrites to meet the developing drama, whilst Yandy continued to employ her opportunity to give her side of the story, sending emotive videos and comments that showed more about the anguish she was going through. In one video, she broke down in tears while detailing how treachery from someone she trusted had damaged her sense of security. "This isn't only about reality too," she added. "It's about safeguarding my family and my ease of mind." Her transparency resonated with many followers who commended her for speaking out despite the risks. Erica, on the other hand, adopted a more strategic approach. She focused on controlling the narrative by engaging with her fans privately and preparing public performances that displayed her confident and serene side. She appeared on multiple podcasts and interviews disputing the claims and portraying herself as the victim of a smear campaign. This planned media approach aiming to rehabilitate her image and mobilize her fan base. Amongst the upheaval amid the personal assaults and public skirmishes, questions arose regarding what truly triggered this feudsome. Assume it began from jealousy and competition for the spotlight, while others believe it was a far deeper betrayal involving family secrets and broken vows. Anonymous insiders warned of a probable love triangle or corporate betrayal, though details remained murky. These speculations kept the narrative alive and continuously changing. Sure, that audiences kept gripped on every new twist as this gripping drama unfolded. The families involved found themselves split and strained. Relatives took sides, friendships were tested, and affiliations altered. One family member was quoted stating, It's terrible to watch, we want peace, but the hurt is too deep right now. Everyone is walking on eggshells. The emotional toll on everyone involved was evident, indicating that beneath the cameras and scripts, actual anguish and conflict were happening. Behind closed doors, at the center of this narrative is the battle for truth and control both. Yandy and Erica are fighting not just for their reputations, but for the future of their families and professions. The stake, they've never been greater, and with every new revelation, the drama grows. Viewers are left wondering how much more will be uncovered and whether reconciliation is really possible after such a public and terrible repercussions. The live incident was just the beginning. Since then, the story has unfolded. Show's future was addressed, with some believing the disagreement would lead to major cast shakeups or perhaps the show's cancellation. If things went worse, one of the most dramatic moments came when a leaked phone call between Yandy and a close friend revealed online. In the call, Yandy voiced her deepest concerns, and after admitting how deceived and wounded she felt, she remarked, "I never thought Erica would go this far. It's like she wants to watch me fall apart piece by piece." The emotion in her voice impacted many followers who filled social media with offers of love and encouragement. This revelation further intensified the pressure on Erica, who denied involvement but suffered condemnation for the breach of privacy. The media hysteria reached unprecedented heights when a tabloid published a report stating that Erica had tried to intervene with Yandy and Mendes's marriage by circulating false stories and even seeking to get close to Mendes's behind Yandy's back. The story contained anonymous sources and alleged text message screenshots, yet none were independently verified. Eric responded by threatening legal action against the newspaper, calling the report defamatory and baseless. This legal threat created a new chapter in the feud, with attorneys becoming involved in both sides, preparing up for a public showdown beyond. Simply, social media and reality TV enthusiasts watched in disbelief. The argument evolved into a full-blown public scandal. Memes, reaction videos, and fan speculations flooded every media, turning the feud become a viral sensation. Some people commended Yandy for her courage to speak up, while others respected Erica's perseverance in facing allegations. The drama transcends conventional reality to conflicts touching on elements of trust, betrayal, friendship, and family that struck deeply with audiences. This connection made the narrative current and highly debated for weeks on end during all the mayhem. Unforeseen alliances established. A few reality stars not directly involved came out to both Yandy and Erica, offering support and guidance on overcoming the emotional toll. One popular influencer who had suffered a similar public perspective issued a passionate letter advocating healing and understanding. "Sometimes the anguish behind the scenes is too great for the cameras to reveal," they wrote. "I hope both women find peace and may go past this." These moments of solidarity provided a ray of optimism. Among the terrible strife as the drama unfolded, the impact on Yandy and Erica's work lives became obvious. Endorsements, relationships, and media possibilities began to shift based on public sentiment. Some businesses distanced themselves to avoid criticism, while others used the heightened visibility as an opportunity. The women's publicists labored tirelessly, handling damage control, writing statements, and arranging strategic appearances. The stakes have risen beyond personal grievances to economic and career survival, adding further dimensions of stress to an already explosive scenario. Throughout this process, Mena Harris remained a central figure. However, kept a quiet profile. He occasionally posted cryptic messages of family loyalty and strength, but avoided openly addressing the disagreement. Insiders said he was focused on attempting to rebuild relationships and protect his children from the impact. Nevertheless, stories remained about covert meetings with both ladies and efforts to mediate peace behind closed doors. Fans pondered on his genuine thoughts, with some claiming he was the only one who could eventually settle the fight, while some worried if he had the power to do so. Just when it looked the feud would approach a breaking A stunning twist added a further layer of intricacy. An anonymous source claimed to have evidence of a hidden discussion between Erica and a third party trying to manipulate the situation for personal benefit. This news sent shockwaves through the fan community and revived questions over who was truly behind the scenes, pulling the strings, some believed. It was a planned attempt to alter public opinion, whereas others regarded it as a desperate move from someone feeling pressured by the increasing turmoil. This disclosure led to a whirlwind of new allegations and counterclaims. Yandy fans used the chance to depict Erica as a scammer, manipulating the few to further her own agenda. Erica's camp fired back, calling the claims falsified, and pointing to contradictions in the source of story. The drama escalated into a complex network of intrigue, betrayal, and cunning that attracted people and made the story felt more like a high-stakes thriller than reality TV gossip. Among these shocks, both ladies battled with the personal toll of the public conflict. Interviews surfaced, showing Yandy breaking down and weeping and Erica expressing despair and tiredness. Both revealed that the continual scrutiny and online hatred has harmed their mental health. Friends rallied around them, sharing letters of support and calls for empathy, and respecting these moments of vulnerability reminded everyone that behind the headlines were real individuals enduring real anguish regardless. The fight between Yandy and Erica showed no signs of ending. Every new development seemed to expose more wounds and increase the separation. Fans remain riveted to every update, eager for a resolution, but knowing that in reality, that the drama never truly ends. The story had become a saga full of unexpected turns, emotional breakdowns, and high stakes that threatened to keep unraveling for months to come. As the drama between Yandy and Erica continued to spiral, more clues began to emerge that only heightened the mystery and kept people riveted to their screens. Reports arose that behind the scenes, the two women had once been close friends, sharing secrets and supporting each other through personal hardships. Sources suggested that something happened to fracture the friendship completely, yet no one knew exactly what. Until now, insiders stated that Erica felt betrayed when she feared Yandy had communicated sensitive information about her with others, including men's. This perceived betrayal was alleged to be the spark that ignited the inferno. Erica reportedly confronted Yandy, privately requesting explanations and an apology. However, the talk swiftly turned ugly, according to the source. There was shouting accusations and a lot of damaged feelings on both sides. It wasn't simply a battle. It was a split of a friendship that meant everything to them. People were stunned to discover about this backstory, as it brought levels of emotional dimension to the rivalry. Meanwhile, Menzies was apparently trapped in the between, trying desperately to make peace while feeling tormented by the divide. Friends close to him said he was heartbroken and frustrated by the prolonged controversy that threatened to rip his family apart. Others even said that his quiet on social media was a symptom of the emotional toll the scenario was taking. He's trying to protect his kids and keep things together. But it's been very tough. A close friend told the effects from the conflict began to reach the broader family as well. Yandy's siblings and close relatives were brought into the conflict, some publicly supporting her, while others urged caution and quiet. The tension caused family gatherings to become awkward and stressful, with loved ones trying to reconcile but often feeling powerless. A family member stated, "It's painful to see the division. Everyone wants peace, but the wounds are still fresh and emotions are running too high." As the story gained pace, the media began to delve deeper. Headlines arose stating that Erica's background had been used against her in the fight. Several outlets speculated about old scandals and issues being brought up as ammunition in the battle, reigniting old wounds. Erica answered by stating that she was weary of being judged for her past and wanted to focus on moving forward. This component of the story humanized Erica for some followers, while others remained dubious, seeing it as an attempt to gain sympathy. The drama took another dramatic turn when a surprise video surfaced online showing a violent argument between Yandy and Erica during a reunion event. In the footage, voices were raised, Insults, yelled, and old frustrations spilled out in front of stunned spectators. The video rapidly went viral, with admirers scrutinizing every word and gesture. The emotional intensity was visceral, and many viewers expressed amazement at how personal and genuine the confrontation was. You could feel the years of misery and betrayal in that moment. One fan said, "This public confrontation also highlighted exactly how much the rivalry had taken a toll on their work lives." Executives and cast members reportedly expressed frustration, with the frequent drama overshadowing the show's subject. Others suggested that the feud had caused delays and cancellations of planned storylines, while others worried about the long-term influence on the show's reputation. A producer was quoted saying, "It's a double-edged sword. The trauma brings spectators, but it's also producing a lot of tension behind the scenes." Amid the upheaval, Erica and Yandy each sought assistance from unexpected sources. Erica turned to a new community of friends and advisors who pushed her to stand firm and fight for her truth. She was observed attending therapy sessions and engaged in health activities to deal with the stress. Her social media messages got more contemplative, hinting at personal growth and resilience. Despite the continuous conflict, Yandy, on the other hand, depended heavily on her religion and family. She was often spotted spending time with her children and close friends, seeking comfort and support. Sources claimed she was motivated to defend her family and rebuild trust, not just with men's, but also with her admirers. Her supporters commended her for her courage in speaking up and face the agony head on. The public's interest with the few showed no signs of diminishing. Fresh rumors about secret meetings, probable reconciliations, and even future court battles kept fans guessing. Some felt that a truce might be on the horizon, while others believed the fight was far from over. The tension provided a roller coaster of emotions for spectators who were equally entertained and disturbed by the unfolding drama. One particularly alarming development came when an unidentified source reported that Men's had been secretly taping talks with both Yandy and Erica, seeking to acquire information to protect himself and his reputation. This discovery caused debates about trust and privacy inside the family and among fans who questioned whether such acts would assist mend the relationships or merely deepen the division. The emotional toll on all parties involved was evident. Leaked interviews showing Yandy tearing down as she claimed feeling alienated and deceived by someone she previously considered a sister. Erica was observed expressing anguish about being misunderstood and unfairly targeted by the media and public. These genuine moments resonated emotionally with followers, reminding them that behind the spectacular headlines were genuine people coping with sorrow and loss. Moreover, the children of Yandy and Men VCs were a topic of attention. Friends and family were allegedly anxious about the consequences of the public feud on their mental and emotional. Numerous measures were made to hide them from the media frenzy, but the frequent public scrutiny made this a difficult. Supporters of Yandy urged for tolerance and empathy, adding that the children deserve tranquility. Despite the chaos as the dispute reached new heights, social media platforms become battlegrounds for fans on both sides. Fan pages, memes. When viral videos multiplied, fanning the fire and accentuating every new development, the hashtag wars were unrelenting, with followers passionately protecting their favorite and bashing the other influencers, and reality TV commentators weighed in constantly, thereby strengthening the public conversation. Despite the turmoil, moments of empathy poured through both Yandy and Erica exhibited streaks of vulnerability and a yearning for closure. Even if they couldn't yet find common ground, supporters hoped for a future when the women may reconcile and move past their conflicts, focusing on healing and progress. This possibility kept many invested in the novel, eager to see how the drama would ultimately unfold towards the end. At this stressful moment, rumors began circulating regarding a probable joint appearance or reconciliation episode that may bring closure to the saga. Sources argued that such a move would be a ratings bonanza and an opportunity for both women to share their sides of the tale in a controlled environment. Supporters were divided, with some eager at the prospect and others apprehensive about whether actual healing was conceivable. The confrontation between Yandy and Erica had developed from a private dispute into a full-scale public drama that caught the attention of millions. It highlighted themes of friendship, betrayal, loyalty, and the cost of fame through the twists. And turns one thing was apparent. This was not just a feud between two ladies, but a complicated story of human emotions and relationships played out on a very public platform as the drama raged on the tension between Yandy and Erica reached an all-time high. Whispers of prospective legal action began to arise, with speculations that Yandy was considering launching a slander lawsuit against Erica for the harmful charges she had made insiders close to. Yandy indicated that she felt violated not only emotionally, but professionally, believing that Erica's assaults were aimed to harm her reputation and jeopardize her career. This revelation added another layer of complexity to the already combustible quarrel. At the same time, Erica was not backing down. Sources reported that she was planning her own legal defense and was even discussing with attorneys about counter cases. For emotional discomfort, acquaintances stated Erica was resolute in keeping her ground, ready to fight for what she believed was the truth. The looming potential of court battles added a new element of intrigue, with fans wondering concerns what evidence might come to light and how this might affect the families involved. Among the legal strain, the psychological toll was becoming more clear. Those close to Yandy regarded her as emotionally weary but strongly protective of her children. She was reportedly limiting her public appearances and focusing on recovery and reconstructing her personal life away from the public. Meanwhile, Erica's circle described her as equally fatigued yet motivated by a sense of justice. Considering the drive to clear her name, both women were striking a tricky line between public scrutiny and private agony. One of the most terrible aspects of Dado was the impact on the children. Sources shared that the youngsters were puzzled and upset by the continued disagreement, with both Yandy and Mendez making efforts to shield them as much as possible. Family members and friends advised both women to place the well-being of the kids above everything else, hoping that the feud would not do lasting damage to their lives. The emotional stakes had never been higher. The media frenzy intensified as exclusive interviews and leaked text started to surface in one particularly stunning discovery. A sequence of texts, apparently between Yandy and Erica, revealed harsh comments and veiled threats, portraying a picture of a relationship riddled with mistrust and hatred. These messages sent followers into a frenzy, scrutinizing every phrase and trying to understand the truth behind the words. The drama was no longer just a verbal quarrel. It was a digital battleground. Social media channels burst with fan theories, discussions, and furious exchanges. Hashtags like Kao's Team Yandy and Kao T America trended for weeks, with followers passionately defending their chosen team. Memes, reaction videos, and fan edits flooded the internet, turning the feud into a full-blown cultural phenomenon. Reality TV